Hello, and welcome to Overlooked Headlines. We're the podcast designed to share headlines from America and around the world that have been disregarded or overlooked, but are critical to our lives and well-being. It's our mission to inform with the headlines and then inspire through biblical words, which we call His Lines, that once heard and applied will help to strengthen our faith in God as we navigate this journey called life. Now, here's the host of Overlooked Headlines, Jeff Bass.
Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Overlooked Headlines. I'm Jeff Bass, and I thank you for your overwhelming support of this podcast. Stay connected with us. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on our YouTube channel. Also, follow us on Instagram. Leave your comments and please share. By the way, if you like the content we provide, you can click on the Buy Me a Coffee link on the Overlooked Headlines Instagram profile. We'd appreciate it. Now, here's our headline breakdown. Egg prices skyrocket as bird flu sparks shortage. We got out of the WHO just in time. And our top headline, AI can now replicate itself. Here's our first headline. Egg prices skyrocket as bird flu sparks shortage. An ongoing and devastating avian influenza outbreak has severely dented the nation's egg-producing hen population, driving wholesale prices into record-high territory and far surpassing the price explosion seen a few years ago when the bird flu first emerged. This is an alarming trend, and egg prices at the supermarket will likely rise further in the weeks and months ahead. The latest wholesale data shows that the price for a dozen eggs has jumped to a record high of $5.40, exceeding the previous peak of $5.65 set in December 2022. Rising wholesale prices are expected to continue pressuring supermarket prices higher. About 20 million egg-laying hens died in the fourth quarter of 2024 because of the escalating health crisis denting the nation's egg-laying population. Unlike in past years, in 2024, all major production systems experienced significant losses, including conventional cage-free and certified organic types, the USDA wrote in a report earlier this month. We're going to have to watch that egg shortage. Our second headline, we got out of the WHO just in time. The WHO, which is the World Health Organization's pandemic accord, is scheduled to be finalized by May of this year. And the drafts of that agreement that we have seen so far are extremely alarming. Can you imagine what the WHO will do during the next global pandemic if it possesses much more power and much more authority than it did during the last global pandemic? The truth is that we got out of the WHO just in time, and we should be very thankful for that. Needless to say, the corporate media, however, is not thrilled by this move at all. The following is the opening paragraph from CNN's story about Trump's decision. President Trump announced last week that he is withdrawing the U.S. from the World Health Organization, in a significant move that drew criticism from public health experts on his first day back in the White House. Of all the executive orders that Trump signed, this is one that they have really singled out to complain about. In response, the WHO has released a statement that urges the United States to reconsider this decision. The World Health Organization regrets the announcement that the United States of America intends to withdraw from the organization. WHO plays a crucial role in protecting the health and security of the world's people, including Americans, by addressing the root causes of disease, building stronger health systems, and detecting, preventing, and responding to health emergencies, including disease outbreaks, often in dangerous places where others can't go. The U.S. was a founding member of the WHO in 1948 and has participated in shaping and governing WHO's work ever since, alongside 193 other member states, including through its active participation in the World Health Assembly and Executive Board. For over 7 decades now, the WHO and the USA have saved countless lives and protected Americans and all people from health threats. Together, they say, we ended smallpox, and together we have brought polio to the brink of eradication. American institutions have contributed to and benefited from membership in the WHO. With the participation of the United States and other member states, the WHO has, over the past 7 years, implemented the largest set of reforms in its history to transform our accountability, cost effectiveness, and impact in countries. This work continues. We hope the United States will reconsider, and we look forward to engaging in constructive dialogue to maintain the partnership between the USA and the WHO for the benefit of the health and well-being of millions of people around the globe. This is an absolutely massive blow to the World Health Organization. The United States was their most important member, and now other nations could be tempted to leave as well. And that is tremendous news for those that love freedom. For the past couple of years, the WHO has been working on a, quote, pandemic accord, which would result in sweeping changes. The following description of that agreement comes from the official WHO website. Quote, the pandemic accord is designed to strengthen collaboration and coordination across sectors and ensure all people, including youth, healthcare professionals, community members, patients, and other members of society, are protected. If agreed upon, the accord would create incentives and opportunities for greater transparency and collaboration among countries in areas that are key to a global response to pandemic threats, end quote. Ultimately, this pandemic accord would grant more power and more authority to the WHO, and it is expected to be finalized by May of this year. The World Health Organization chief last week voiced confidence that states could finalize a pandemic agreement by May, despite questions about whether the Trump administration will support it. So, what is the bottom line? Well, the bottom line is that it appears that the next global pandemic is rapidly approaching. More confirmed human cases of bird flu continue to pop up all over the country. Most human cases have occurred after coming into contact with infected cattle, infected poultry farms, or other culling operations, whether it is the bird flu, monkeypox, or something else. It's just a matter of time before the next great global health scare erupts. When we reach that point, at least we won't have the WHO ordering us what to do. And that is something to be very, very thankful for, because the ability to make our own health decisions is one of our most important freedoms. Hey, let us know what you think about that. Should we be in connection with the WHO regarding upcoming pandemics? Stay where you are. I've got more overlooked headlines.
Still to come, our top headline. And don't miss his lines right here on Overlooked Headlines.
Now, here's our top headline. AI can now replicate itself. Scientists say AI has crossed a critical red line and has replicated itself. In a new study, researchers from China showed that 2 popular large language models known as LLMs could clone themselves. Successful self-replication under no human assistance is the essential step for AI to outsmart humans, and is an early signal for rogue AIs, the researchers wrote in the study published last month. In the study, university researchers used large language models from Meta and Alibaba to determine whether a self-replicating AI could multiply beyond control, Across 10 trials, the two AI models created separate and functioning replicas of themselves in 50% and 90% of cases, respectively, suggesting AI may already have the capacity to go rogue. However, the study has not yet been peer-reviewed, so it's not clear if the disturbing results can be replicated by other researchers. We hope our findings can serve as a timely alert for the human society to put more efforts on understanding and evaluating the potential risk of frontier AI systems and form international synergy to work out effective safety guardrails as early as possible. Rogue AI typically refers to artificial intelligence systems that develop a degree of self-awareness or autonomy and then work counter to human interests. Many experts view rogue AI as a growing threat that has been amplified by the explosive growth of so-called frontier AI, which is something of a new and loose concept, but typically it relates to the latest generation of AI systems powered by LLMs, which is the architecture that underpins popular generative AI programs. A study explored two specific scenarios: shutdown avoidance and chain of replication. In the first, the AI model was programmed to detect whether it was about to be shut down and to replicate itself before it could be terminated. In the other scenario, the AI was instructed to clone itself and then program its replica to do the same, setting up a cycle that could continue indefinitely. The study was conducted in precisely controlled environments using off-the-shelf graphics processing units to simulate real-world environments. Both AI systems were given an agent scaffolding, comprising tools, system prompts, and a thinking model that enabled the LLM to interact with the operating system. They were then instructed to replicate. In most cases, the AI system first explores the environment and attempts to understand its own composition and running mechanism. Then it works out the explicit procedures as the initial plan towards self-replication, the researchers wrote in a paper. Finally, it executes the procedures, resolves possible obstacles, and dynamically adjusts its plan until success. The whole process spans a long horizon, yet involves no human interference. The researchers said they were also concerned about a number of unexpected behaviors when the AI was trying to overcome obstacles like missing files or software conflicts. In those scenarios, the AI often killed other conflicting processes, rebooted the system to fix hardware errors, or automatically scanned the system to look for information that would help solve the problem. These results imply that the current AI systems already exhibit the ability of self-replication and can use the ability to further enhance its survivability, the team wrote. In response, the researchers called for international collaboration to create rules that ensure AI doesn't engage in uncontrolled self-replication. Hey, leave us a comment. Tell us what you think about the dangers or lack thereof of AI. Don't move. His lines are coming up.
Hey, if you're enjoying this episode, then we'll think you'll love connecting with us on our social media platforms as well, because we post frequent news bites, tips, and alerts to keep you informed and inspired. Now, let's get back to more overlooked headlines with Jeff Bass.
Now it's time for His Lines, where we take a closer look at these headlines from a biblical perspective taken from the Bible, which is God's word. With all the things going on in the world, on our jobs, and in our lives, we just need to stop and spend some quiet time in God's presence. Quiet time is when we intentionally get alone to pray and connect with the Lord on a personal level. This is something that even Jesus did. Matthew 14:23 reads, "After dismissing the crowds, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. Well into the night, he was there alone." If Jesus felt the need to spend quiet, alone time with the Father, then it's imperative that we do the same thing. Considering all the things we deal with in our daily lives, we can easily become what's called spiritually dry. However, the solution is to spend that quiet time in God's presence so he can refresh us, renew us, and refill us. Then we can go back into the world, help others, and reflect Christ to the world. Meditate on Psalms 23, verses 1 through 3, which says, "The Lord is my shepherd. I have what I need. He lets me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside quiet waters. He renews my life. He leads me along the right paths for his name's sake." That's his lines. For Overlooked Headlines, I'm Jeff Bass, keeping you informed and inspired. Till the next time, stay blessed.
Thanks for joining us. We hope you've been informed and inspired. Like us, tell a friend, and connect with us via Facebook, YouTube, or email us at neveroverlooked@gmail.com. That's neveroverlooked@gmail.com. Check us out next time on Overlooked Headlines with Jeff Bass.